My friends, is Damn Agent 51 actually finally possible on the original Nintendo 64 console? Well, yes, probably, but you already likely know that by now. But what exactly might make it possible? And could it just need one additional puzzle piece to fit in beyond a perfect Damn 52 run with the new double gate button skip strategy as described in the previous video? And if so, what is this additional piece? In today's video, we're cutting to the chase and talking about the various ideas, strategies, and paths one might take in order to get Damn 51. I've listed out 10 options or paths that you could use to get Damn 51, and you, yes you, could genuinely be the one to do it, marking your name forever in GoldenEye immortality if you pick up the controller, keep an open mind to these possibilities, hone your skills, and grind away. So, here we go.
Here we go!
Path 1. The perfect run. Let's get this first one out of the way. The original Damn 52 by Carl Jobst was a perfectly strafed run with 3 guard boosts. The only 3 boosts one can really conventionally get on Damn, or at least the most typical 3 boosts on the stage. We'll put an asterisk on all that for later. 1 boost at the start, 1 through or after the tunnel, and 1 after the pair of double security gates. This trifecta of boosts on Damn, along with a perfectly straight run, resulted in the original Damn 52. Boosts, of course, as a reminder, are generally believed to save roughly 0.3 seconds each, though this depends on the exact quality and direction of boost. And so, with this new strategy of luring a guard to open the pair of security gates early, transforming Damn 52 into a time one can get with 0 boosts, could this trifecta of boosts then be enough for Damn Agent 51? Very possibly so, and no one has gotten such a triple boost run yet with the use of the new gate strategy, along with the 16:9 ratio cinema screen visual settings, the preferred settings for the best gate. These triple boost runs were something Carl only saw thrice on his 250-hour grind, so once every 70 to 80 hours of gameplay. It's very much possible that a 3 boost run with the new gate technique is all it takes for Damn 51. But let's explore some additional possibilities and paths as well. Path number 2. The Towered Guard Lure. It's been known for a very long time that a stray shot around the locked gate can lure a guard off the first of the watchtowers along the dam, who can then provide to you another boost. This has never really been explored seriously in a Damn Agent speedrun, and was mostly seen in the past on real-time attack full game runs where people are more likely to use the KF7 for the lock shot instead of the PP7 and could see their stray bullets spray over to the tower, thus luring the guard. In theory, this sort of lure could possibly be made somewhat consistent, similar to say the depot train shot lure, and thus one could theoretically open the possibility to getting a 4th boost on Damn Agent. Of course, getting 3 boosts prior to this is already extremely rare, so maybe this would just make it more likely to get a 3rd boost. Even so, exploring making the Towered Guard lure more consistent, possibly with a quick turn and shoot, train shot style method, wouldn't lose much time and could be worth it, standing to gain a little time with a nice boost. Could this be another key element to getting Damn 51? Path number 3. The box boost. I'm going to chalk this one down as a little less likely than the other 2. However, when iiFever scored a Damn Agent 51 on the Xbox release of the game, he used this very remarkable box boost to help him do it. Now, let's be clear, this box boost is extremely difficult on the Nintendo 64, perhaps even impossible to do so in a time-saving manner, and this is due to the fact that the Xbox is a more robust computer with a better frame rate than the Nintendo 64. More frames equals more time to shoot out this box before getting there, and less overall lag produced, which can cost time. Could such a box boost ever be made useful on the Nintendo 64 version and help save a little bit of time? Could one imagine a potential 5-boost Dam Agent run with the baseline trifecta of boosts, plus this box boost and then the Towered Guard lure? Well, visualizing something is often the first pace in actually doing it. So visualize it, my friends. It might not be possible, but also, it just may be. Another complication is that he used all left strafe on this run, this wonderful iiFever 51. We will discuss that later. Path 4, another box boost. Even more dubious, though I feel I have to mention it after talking about box boosts. The best part about box boosts is that they are controllable. You are in control, and it's your shots and skill that can result in gaining this valuable, roughly 0.3 second time save, rather than relying on the luck of guard boosts. Box boosts have been used to great success on levels like Archive's Secret and Double Agent, and Cavern's Agent. Oh yeah, even damn Double Agent. I can't help but notice that with the new path players use in order to strafe straight through the security gate opening, they pass by these sets of boxes. Is a box boost possible here? I tried a little bit and it didn't seem very promising, but then again, if someone told you that Dam 51 was realistic just a couple of months ago, you would never believe them. Sometimes you just need to look at something with a new perspective or an optimistic belief to find something that everyone else has missed. Yeah, you might end up boosting yourself and getting to the gate too quickly before it opens, but even so, maybe a successful box boost here would cause more lag at the gate, which, when combined with the boost forward, would end up saving a little bit of time overall. Who knows? Again, this could be something useful for some intrepid speedrunner to explore. Path 5, all One Strafe. So it's conventionally known in GoldenEye speedrunning that one should try to change strafes as few times as possible. This is because changing your strafe from left to right, or vice versa, is generally believed to lose time. I mean, it does lose time. Roughly about a boost's worth as far as the old conventional wisdom goes. You lose just a little bit of momentum when changing the direction of your movement one way or another. This is why we like to play levels like Cavern's Agent or Street's Agent all in one strafe. Could this be another unexplored key to Dam 51? As I referenced earlier, iiFever's Xbox Dam 51 did indeed use all left strafe. Now, left strafe feels much laggier on the outward dam ending, at least on the Nintendo 64, something he didn't have to deal with as much on the Xbox, but it's still something that has never really been investigated too deeply. Likewise, could all right strafe be used for Dam 51? Sure, this would complicate the beginning and the whole new lure setup. No one's ever played Dam in any difficulty with a right strafe beginning, but if the first part of the level up towards the tunnel is doable in right strafe as well as the gate guard lure, it's at least a thought. It's something one could explore that might lead to some useful discovery somehow. Path 6, Arbitrary Lag Reduction. I'm going to coin a new term here, so bear with me. Arbitrary Lag Reduction. There are known ways to reduce lag in GoldenEye, like looking down, or not causing unnecessary explosions, or not switching weapons unnecessarily. But there are also more arcane, seemingly arbitrary ways to reduce lag, like looking up in random places, which is genuinely what Cali W used when he became the first person to tie Dam 52, getting only 2 boosts along the way. It was believed that looking up in the tunnel area saved about 0.2 seconds, nearly the same time as a full forward boost. Can randomly looking in certain directions actually save time? Well, it does often seem that way. Are there any other moments, particularly on Dam Agent, where fully looking up or down could save another 0.1 or 0.2 seconds? And could this be what is needed for Dam 51? It's not all that fun or intuitive to investigate, but there are some speedrun scientists looking into it as we speak. Path number 7, full lookup ending. The Dam ending was one of the very first places, all the way back in 2002, where it was intuitively felt that looking up might be just as good as looking down, if not better, in terms of reducing lag. The idea here being that there's a lot of dead space downwards below the dam, which you're loading if you're looking down. Usually they're just road when looking down on other stages, but the dam ending in particular loads this huge void below you, programmed in there for the sake of the cinematic ending of the stage. Looking up and loading only the sky seems and feels better. However, this would require a blind turn off the end of the dam, which is a little bit difficult and unpracticed by most. Most people do end up looking down in the last couple of seconds in order to locate the stairs and strafe off successfully. But what if we just remembered and felt where the stairs are located, and continued looking up at the sky the whole time? Could this save a few extra frames? Just enough time needed to get the dam 51? It could be well worth looking into. Before we get to the last few items on this list of possibilities, I wanted to bring up this forum post from 2017 made by iiSpeedrunners, longtime GoldenEye speedrunner and researcher. In it, he classifies theoretical and hypothetical strategy ideas by viability. He describes these as underused, theoretically possible, hypothetically possible, unknown, and needing more research, or misconception, with misconception meaning impossible. Now, as far as Dam Agent goes, ic writes that a open double gate, or skipping the gate button press, are both misconceptions, thus impossible, with a few details regarding the state of guards and why this is impossible detailed. Yet here we are just 7 and 8 years later with a windfall of Dam 52s blessing the rankings, all of which indeed skipped the gate button. This is just an indication that even things once believed to be totally debunked and impossible can someday become possible, viable, and used to achieve unthinkable world records in games like GoldenEye. Now, this isn't at all a slight or commentary on icy's work being incorrect. This is one of the greatest and most informative threads of all time. It all simply shows you that you never know what can happen next, especially in this era of video games and speedrunning. It should be worth mentioning that icy writes about a theoretical 2.x guard lure in the opening cutscene, which could help get an additional boost on Dam Agent. This could be yet another entry in our list of paths to Dam 51 today, though I've never seen video footage of this lure. Either way, the number of potential strategies, time saves, and paths to something like Dam 51 are often well beyond our wildest imaginations. Path 8, Unconventional Lines. The actual line of strafe or path through the level is generally taken for granted. We feel like we've figured out the best line and most optimal path through the stage at this point, nearly 30 years into the game's history. But given that the button skip puts a new spin on Dam Agent and the lines that we usually strafe, it's now all been altered, and so what if a more unconventional line is just what we need in order to get Dam 51? Perhaps this is something that's been overlooked over the years as well. Here's an example. In my Streets Secret Agent 155, in Untitled Records set in 2008, I took an extremely wide strafe line to avoid getting back boosted by this guard, which then resulted in me getting 2 forward boosts immediately afterwards. This move was widely criticized at the time, but it worked on this run in particular. Modern analysis and knowledge, an investigation into which has been led by leading GoldenEye scientist Onslaught, suggests that indeed unconventional lines could be useful in luring guard boosts, which could potentially result in a boost we don't even know about yet, or better lag reduction, or really who knows what. So are we taking the optimal lines on Dam Agent? Or might a 51 look a little differently strafed than the recent flock of Dam 52s? Path 9, the Chain Gate Lure. This one is a quickie, but a good one. In August 2017, GoldenEye mastermind Weister posted this clip, shooting a number of times with the KF7, which lures a guard to open this Chainlink gate before the lock shot. Could this save any time? It's not like the chain gate is a huge obstruction which takes a lot of time to open, but any little bit could help. Intuitively, it seems like this would probably cause more lag than it's worth, but who knows? Perhaps the lured guard or guards might be able to give you a boost after the lock shot too. Could this be yet another thing which has been deeply overlooked? Path 10, something else. And finally today, I'll throw in a caveat that another path to Dam 51 might just be something else we haven't uncovered or imagined yet. Theoretical, conceptual ideas. For years we've imagined clipping off or warping off the dam, something that definitely seems to be impossible taking into consideration the physical geography of the level. These things are pretty well understood these days. The more the games get decompiled and analyzed, we can generally tell where openings and cracks might be located, but who knows? Could the bad cinema, something we traditionally toss away since it guarantees one of the gates will be fully closed, possibly have a use that we've overlooked? These are the kinds of things that seem beyond insane or improbable, but then again, the whole idea that Cinema 16:9 video settings could be useful in some way, let alone lead to like 40 DAM52s, would have been seen as insane and improbable only months ago. So among all the ways we've pondered DAM51 today, could there be something that we can't even imagine yet that eventually becomes the key, the ticket, to whichever hero achieves DAM51? Much has been made about GoldenEye speedrunning slowing down lately, perhaps entering a slow death, with only 2 untied world records set last year. However, we've already seen a new untied world record this year, Bunker 1 Double Agent 1 minute by Will the Thrill X. And along with the flurry of action on Damn Agent, as well as recent activity from GoldenEye icon Perfect Ace, could this be a year where, after death, we see a great revival of GoldenEye speedrunning? After death, a resurrection. And who will become the great hero who achieves Damn Agent 51, perhaps becoming a key figure in the resurrection of this beloved game? Thank you for watching, my friends. Thanks to the Patreons for supporting my work. Stay true, my friends, and I will see you in the next stream, video, or fireside.